Hey guys, I'm sitting here with the Aquagarden Mini Pond Kit that Aquascape just came out with for the new year 2020. So I'm going to do a quick unboxing video to show you what's inside. This is basically the biological plant media. It has some fertilizer built in for the plants. Also, it will help establish bacteria colonies to make sure your pond stays healthy with a balanced ecosystem. This is the decorative gravel. You can just put in the bottom of the basin so it just looks nice, and so the bacteria can colonize on this, and so the fish just have something to kind of swim around and interact with. This is the decorative black rock you can cover this plant media with so it looks nice. This is the pond kit itself. This basin here is about 7 gallons, so it's about the equivalent of a 7-gallon aquarium, but a little more because there's more water here where all the biological filtration system sits. This acts like a mini bog filter. This is the pump. It sits down here and sucks up from the bottom. It's pretty easy to set up. Then this is the plug for the light. Here is a close-up of me setting up the mini pond kit. In this part of the video, I'm going to show you how to put it all together, so don't worry, it's pretty easy. I do recommend flipping this top part over and putting it on a smooth surface so it's easier to screw in the pump. There is a cap here that will fall out. I think it's so you can install a light on a stand if you want to, or to save space. It comes with a gasket that comes in a little plastic bag. You want to install it at the bottom of the bog filter to ensure you have a good seal. Just screw in the pump. This other section with the low suction attachment already has a gasket in it, so just double check that the gasket is in there when you're setting up your kit. Then flip it over and run the cords through the 2 channels in the back of the bog filter for good cord management. There's this black rubber piece that covers where the water comes out from the pump. Leave this on as it helps distribute the water evenly. The LED is already inserted down below so you don't have to worry about it. If you want to tweak it, you can. You can just grab it and rotate it maybe 45 degrees so it looks nice. Hey YouTube, a quick note before we switch over to putting the media in. I noticed there's a channel for you to run the electrical cord for the LED up through here. There are little notches so it's easier for you to manage your cord for your LED light. Just keep in mind that when you're installing this that these little notches are here in the back. Now onto the potting media.
Hey guys, so I'm gonna just demonstrate the rinsing the media process. It's important that you rinse off all the dust. You don't want that in your system, especially such a small system. It's only 7+ gallons, maybe 8 or 9 with that extra mini bog filter there. You might be able to get it up to 10 if you fill it up a little bit too high. but you have to remember there's an LED light. You don't want it to short out. So I'm just going to rinse it off. I'm not worried about using tap water because I'm going to use dechlorinator, our pond detoxifier, to detoxify the water so it doesn't harm any fish. So I'm just going to rinse it off in this small bucket, and then I'm going to put it in 3 separate buckets so I can just carry everything all at once. I don't like taking way too long to do stuff. So this one has a Ziploc. Just open it. Boom. I'm going to dump it in. I don't want it to break. Stuff is pretty sensitive, so I just kind of gently put it in there. Put that over there. Just going to gently rinse it off with some cold water. Make sure that this is on. It's not. Boom. Just rinsing it. And boom. I'm just going to kind of drain it. Catch it with my hand. You can see the water. I don't know if you can see that, but the water is pretty dark coming out. That's all the dust coming off the media. Alright. So I'm just going to dump it in this bucket here. So you can kind of see there's a bunch of gunk in there, so I'm going to rinse that out. Black water, gross. Alright, so I'm going to rinse the decorative gravel. This does not have a Ziploc bag. It does have some convenient holes in case you forgot your knife, like I did. Just gotta rip it, and then rip it some more so it's easier to pour. You can see there's a lot of dust coming off of that, so I'm going to rinse this probably twice. Give it a nice swish. Yeah. I'm pretty impatient, so I'm going to call that good enough. Just decorative gravel. You can see there's, again, a dirty bucket. Got some potting media pieces here. Alright, the next one here is just the decorative gravel. Same thing. It doesn't have a Ziploc, but it does have these convenient little holes for those of you with bigger knives. Gotta make yourself laugh sometimes, you know? It's important to enjoy life. Alright, so I'm going to rinse this off. It looks like it's pretty clean already, so I'm not going to worry about it too much. Now I'm going to put it in the little Aquagarden. Hey guys, forgot to mention, when you prepare your plants, you have to wash the roots off. You don't need any of the soil because of that potting media, and also it's a bog filter. So if you use plants that like to have a wet foot, you're going to be fine. Think of any type of marginal plants. All the plants I have for you today are pretty much marginals. A lot of house plants like to have wet feet, so you think like pothos. There's another one I can't think of. But marginals, house plants, do just a little bit of research before you get some plants, or if you already know, you just plant them. So I'm going to show you real quick how to rinse roots, and I'm going to show you which plants I selected for this. I got a couple arrows. This one is a lot larger, but it's got some nice green leaves here. It's just an arrowhead plant. Here's another arrowhead plant. It's got some darker leaves, a little bit of redness in there. I'm just going to put these side by side since they're pretty similar plants. And then this is, I think one of the names is Purple Crinkle. I believe this also might be water mint because it's got this nice green top and it's also got this purple underside. This is a beautiful plant. I realize I just got a lot of tall plants, but whatever, it's gonna look good. That's how it is. And I have this fourth plant here, not exactly sure what it is. I wanna say it's some type of a sweet flag, or some type of grass. I'm not sure, but it's pretty. So I'm gonna use this just to kind of surround where that pump comes out, so you kind of disguise it a little bit. So let's get into it. All right. Don't have my knife. I'll be back. Alright, sorry for that awkward few second delay. Forgot my knife. Happens all the time. I'm going to try to do this pretty quickly because one, I don't want you guys waiting around long enough. I'm going to try to do a speed through on the video, see if I can make it quicker. Also because this is hurting my knees. I have bad knees. So let's get this done. Want to be really gentle when you're taking them out. I believe I have different plants here. I'm going to turn the water on softly. Take my ring off here. Just want to rinse the roots. Get the dirt out. Kind of cut them off too. It's okay to cut the roots because they're just going to grow back. Think of like little chipmunks, beavers, or whatever. They're going to eat the roots all the time. So you just want to gently rinse the roots, get all the soil out, or most of it. Finish washing all the plants. If you're going to do this at home, make sure you have like something to catch all the crud because you can kind of see it's a lot. So I put them in a bucket and I'll go over and set up the thing. All right.
I put a thin layer of the potting media down so there was something for the roots to kind of grow into. And since I was running out of time to record, I decided to just plant the plants and then show you the final product. So as for the plants, I put the arrowhead on the left, then the purple waffle on the right, and finally what I think is dwarf bamboo is in the middle. I still had to cover it with a black rock, then place a decorative gravel. So note that the intake for the pump is in the bottom left, so I planned on pushing most of the gravel there to act as a sort of pre-filter for the sponge to the pump. I started putting the black rocks in first, and I noticed there was so much weight that it started to tip over. So then I put the decorative gravel in first to act as a counterweight so it wouldn't tip over. So make sure you do that when you're setting this up. I've plugged everything in. You can see the light working. I put the gravel in, I put the black stones in. That took me quite a while because I wanted to make sure it looked good. You can see over to the right, I set up the cords. I kept the twist ties so I could keep them all together. You know, just basic cord management. I just wanted to make sure it looked good. I didn't want it exposed. So then I went to pour the water in the pond, and once I had enough, I was going to start the pump. I had to make sure I dosed some pond detoxifier to neutralize the chlorine to make it non-toxic for the fish. I just put a couple of drops since one of the pump treats 100 gallons and the mini pond is only 7+ gallons. And then I finished putting water in. After seeing how the water flowed, I decided to pull the plants up a little so they wouldn't get too soaked. As you'll see, some of the potting media came out, so I had to fix that. Here's the final look at Aquascape's brand new Aquagarden Mini Pond Kit. A couple of things to note: wash your plants all the way. I didn't do it 100% of the way, so some of the soil was still trapped in there. It got down in the basin, so I had to take a small net and scoop some of it out. Make sure you detoxify your water. I used Aquascape's Pond Detoxifier. Another thing is you want to make sure your water is cycled before you put in any sort of fish. That way they stay alive. So I'm going to give you probably a 1-month update to see how it's doing. Hopefully we'll add some fish, probably just some guppies since it's a small basin. So a couple things: the pump is 370 gallons per hour. The spillway is 9 inches wide. And again, the bottom of the basin is about 7 gallons. The light is higher than the water level, so if you wanted to add some more water, I don't see why not. Some fish you can put in one of these are guppies, mollies, really any of your live bearers, platies. You could put some smaller goldfish in here, just some decorative fish. I think it's a great piece to put on your desk at work or at home just to have something to glance at and enjoy. Again, there's a small hole in the back. If you want to put a light on a rod, you could do that. Again, this is the Aquascape Aquagarden Mini Pond Kit. I think it retails for $199.98, which is pretty good for similar products. A lot of 5-gallon aquariums out there are about the same. Thank you for watching. If you liked the video, hit that thumbs up button. Please comment, feel free to share, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos.